Hey everybody, welcome to another random plastic Russian video. The razor wire is probably saying keep out. So where am I? Well, one of a rural Russia location, isn't it? Let's go on a little journey. Something I wanted to show you, which is what's brought me up here in the first place. Not here as in away from home, but just to the end of this road once we got here, was this. Now, I saw it from obviously quite a way away, as you can imagine, and thought, I don't know, maybe a spa or a hotel, or maybe a church. But it's huge. So, yeah, we came up to have a look and saw the gates. Ah, okay, must be a hotel or a spa, so we're going. We'll ask. I can't see a way to get in. I'll look through the gates and you think, wow, look at all that stuff in there. That's really cool. And then we asked, this is somebody's private residence. This is somebody's house. Can you believe it? And their back garden. And look at the location. And come down here and into the sea. How about that? Beautiful. So this is the Azov Sea, Sea of Azov. And thought I'd bring you along this area. Well, I'll show you this place. I mean, to think that that's somebody's house is quite incredible. Absolutely stunning. Apologies for the wind noise. When we get round the corner, it won't be so bad. But we've got old school Russia here, and we've got, wow, I don't know what you call it. Even the air conditioning unit has been bricked. I don't know if you can see that. To blend in. What's it, chateau kind of theme? I don't really know. It looks pretty incredible, and it is huge, really big. But anyhow, let's crack on. Like I say, we're on the coast. This is the Azov Sea. New meets old, as is often the way. He's obviously been here a long time. Look at this. Aside from the fence, but look at the house itself. Isn't that beautiful? And you've got a brand spanker next door, as is so often the way here in Russia. So common to see something brand new next to something that's 100 years old. But there we are. This is the Sea of Azov, or the Azov Sea. And I've asked the wife 3 times to tell me what this town's called. And she's told me 3 times. I've forgotten 3 times. But anyhow, we joined the promenade. This is all new. I'm not saying new, not today, but you can see it's fairly recent. And we're going to walk down the coast. And I'll show you some stuff along the way. Right, so let's have another bash at the name of the town. What's the name of the town, wife?
Primorsko-Akhtarsk.
Primorsko-Akhtarsk. Something like that. Anyhow, that's where we are. And we're just starting our little stroll along the prom. Show you what's here. Sort of gets wider as we go around. We've already walked this way, so we know what's coming. What's coming is, well, Russian. eclectic, my favourite word, isn't it? Look at this. Its own little viewing platform, look, straight out across the sea. And this is a, it's a usable road. There's garages and carports, etc. This house looks really cool. We're coming up with the blue roof. We'll have a look. Not much of a beach at the moment. But once we get round the corner, you'll see it just starts to develop. Sandy beach, which we were surprised. We thought it was going to be lots of rocks. And there's a couple of hotels right on the front, which I'll talk about when we get there. Look at this. How cool is that? Got your own little turret, look. Juliet can pretend that she's found her Romeo. Romeo can rock up at the bottom pissed and go, nah, it's too far, not climbing up there. But location. Quite nice, isn't it? Straight down the steps into the sea. This one looks more like a residence that has been sort of capitalised on. I'll say once this is all built, obviously prior to this residence was on the sea, but now this promenade has been built. They probably built this. It looks, potentially like a little guest house or something. A little bit of income for the summer, maybe. Maybe it's elderly relatives. But what's really cool is you've still got all the old properties that prior to this promenade being here would have just been straight onto the sea. Lovely. Anyhow, kids' playground, as always. Let's get on. Now we've got a little jetty, as you can see. Tide's obviously out in a minute. And what looks like a public slipway. You go and launch your boats. Probably not a lot of boat launching at the moment, being that it's the Azov Sea and the neighbours are a bit unfriendly. Look at that. Look at this all up here. How cool is that? Fabulous. What would you call this? Chandlery? You stick your boat, park it, maybe get a bit of maintenance done. First thoughts is it's a dolphin, but it's not, is it? A flat nose. It's more like a sturgeon. Wife informs me that, yeah, I think so. So we could be onto a winner there. Maybe it is a sturgeon. What you get caviar from. Let's face it, we're in Russia, so, caviar is synonymous with the country, isn't it? You've got to remember that all Russians just eat caviar and drink vodka, according to the West, probably. Maybe they do. I haven't tried it yet. The caviar, that is. May have sniffed the occasional glass of vodka. Only, for medicinal purposes, you understand. Here we go. Here's the start of the promenade. Our first hotel coming up. And, let's get down there and have a look. So, some beachfront cafe. Obviously, sprung up. Smell round here is amazing. Somebody's cooking. Probably the cafe, let's face it. The smell is absolutely wonderful. And obviously it's end of season, so all your little kiosks and things, your ice cream sellers and all that, they're all shut. Because we're into November now. That said, everybody local is dressed accordingly, hats and jumpers and coats and stuff. But I could easily be along here in a t-shirt and shorts. So this is the first hotel, 2-star. I don't know much about it, I haven't had a look, but you can see the location. Not too bad, is it? If you just want a couple of nights away on the beach. Oh, there we go. We've got another little cafe here. Grab a coffee. And then the second hotel. This one looks a bit more interesting, so we sort of popped in there to ask the prices. So with this hotel, I'll try and talk over the music so I don't get a YouTube strike, but with this hotel you get rooms from the choice of 3,500 rubles a night to 5,000 rubles a night. Didn't ask, but I'm guessing 5,000 rubles a night will be the balconies at the front. You've got a swimming pool, which is heated to 30 degrees. And a banya, sauna to us Westerners. But you've got a sauna and you can go straight in the swimming pool afterwards. And yeah, okay, it's November, but the thing's heated, so 30 degrees ain't too bad. Doesn't include breakfast, so between 3,500 and 5,000 rubles a night. Breakfast is about 600 rubles extra. And the banya is, I think, 1,000 rubles for an hour. So about £9 for an hour to use the banya. But again, look at the location. How can you fault it? If you want a little beachfront getaway, not bad at all. Plenty of parking. And lots more to see, so let's get on. Our illuminated sign. These are quite common actually, I see these in quite a few towns. The year 2025. But it is a significant year for Russians anyway. It's 80 years, isn't it, since the end of the Second World War. So you do see these in quite a few towns. Anyhow, onwards we will go. But what about disabled access, I hear you say? Well, I think you'll find that's catered for. Yeah, I know. Anyhow, we just went back to the first hotel that we casually walked past, the 2-star. Indoor swimming pool, sauna, standard room 4,700 rubles for a night, and double room, which is 2 rooms effectively, so you've got a bedroom and like your lounge sort of area as a separate. That's 5.7. Got a restaurant in the bottom of it, so you can have breakfast and an evening meal. But I think they're the only 2 hotels along the seafront. But we'll see as we head back, see what else we can discover. And we did pass a couple of bronze statues on the way, so I'll make sure I include them. Kind of interesting, especially the woman. You'll see what I mean when I get there. So lots of stuff being built. And aside from the leaves, as normal, clean and tidy. So as I was saying earlier, these houses, obviously before this promenade got built, fairly recent by the looks of it, these were straight onto the beach, beachfront property. This one's kind of interesting. Snakes and lizards. What's that all about, I wonder? Hmm. The wife says no. I like a snake. Quite like snakes and lizards. Wife not so keen. Something being built here. Obviously ugly at the moment, but what do you expect? It's a building site. But nicely fenced off, got lights around the top. But yeah, probably another hotel looking at the size of it, but might be a selection of shops, who knows. Kiddie cars. Ever you go in Russia, any kind of town there. Huh?
Maybe it will further.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wherever you go in Russia, you find these sorts of things. Remote control cars, the kids to jump in. Let's have a look at this chap. Fisherman. Got his basket of fish, look. Can't see that they're terribly edible at the moment, but who knows. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Bit of MMA if you fancy you go on a punch bag. And of course, yet another kids' playground. It'll sound like I'm mentioning that with a voice of contempt, but not at all. I think it's wonderful. Wherever you go in Russia, there's stuff for kids. Very kid-centric. All about the children here, that's what I've noticed. Now, I was going to say it's a Sunday, so that's why everybody's wandering about, but it's not, it's Monday today. So, don't know when you're going to get to see this, but normal working day. There's still plenty of people. The second hotel that we went into, we walked back into, which will be the first one you guys saw, big block square building, is actually fully booked, even though it's November. So, and again, you can see the old Soviet era prior to this promenade being built. It was obviously a rest and recuperation area. But you can see the old Soviet apartments, which would have been beachfront. Another memorial. Lots of benches made to look like boats. Some jetties, so you can just walk straight into the sea without having to step across the rocks. And we've got lots of sand now. Obviously imported sand, I'm guessing. And I think round the corner, we didn't come that far, but I think round the corner is more of a sandy beach. But yeah, as I say, Soviet era apartment blocks. Maybe they used to be spas or something like that. People would come for a bit of R&R. And now we've got all this new promenade built in front of them, so. Right, more interesting stuff coming. So, this is the young lady we saw earlier. She's got a couple of outstanding points. What?
Polishing.
You think somebody's been giving them a little polish? It may have been. She's got a luggage, she's off on holiday, isn't she? In her high heels, bless her. Good work, young lady. Barbecue on the beach. And the usual touristy sort of shops, knick-knack stuff. T-shirts saying I'm with stupid, that kind of thing. Let's see what's up there. Look at that. We'll get up there and have a look at that thing. This chap seems quite happy, doesn't he? He ain't had his bits polished. So, maybe one of you guys can tell me what that is. Don't say boat. It probably tells you what it is. $80. Wow. A few guns. It's a what, honey? Veronic tanker. Can't understand the wife. Veronic tanker, whatever that is. She's going to attempt to translate. So, bit of sand if you fancy it. It's a bit cold now though. Oh, another bronze. I assume it's bronze. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Armoured tanker. Oh. Armoured tanker, so maybe a little refuelling thing. Just with a bit of a gun emplacement. Oh, and here comes the wind. But anyhow, there you go. There's our little seafront walk. Come to the end. And yeah, as the music's playing, I'm going to say goodbye. So, thanks for joining me on another random plastic Russian video on the Sea of Azov from the town of Primorska-Tarsk, something like that. Anyhow, cheers guys. See you in the next one.